at particular times of the day because of all the traffic robberies. Here's today's big hard fact. Lagosians reported robberies on Eko Bridge last Thursday, last Friday, and last Saturday. Lagosians reported robberies on Eko Bridge last Thursday, last Friday, and last Saturday. That's our big hard fact. So for 3 days in a row, robbers were operating on one of the most critical link bridges in Lagos. Now, we don't have Twitter right now, but when Twitter was an option, Lagosians were using it every day to report attacks and robberies and warn people about where not to pass. But right now, we're just getting these reports after the fact on the news. But we are getting information about these Eko Bridge robberies from last week. Apparently, these gangs would wait until the traffic on the bridge was not moving or moving at a very slow pace. Then they start moving from car to car or bus to bus. They were armed with guns and machetes. They were breaking windscreens and windows and forcing passengers to come down and hand over money, hand over phones, hand over valuables on a crowded bridge. We're also starting to see similar reports about areas in Lagos that typically didn't used to have reports like this. So at Detokumba, Demola in Victoria Island, Freedom Way in Lekki, Freedom Way. I remember at the time that Rick Hassani, the singer, shared a story about how he was robbed in traffic on Freedom Way. That's in the heart of Lekki. It connects Lekki Phase 1 back to Lekki Ekpe Expressway. It's a road that lots of people who live or work in Lekki use as an alternative to First Roundabout. But because of the traffic light, that junction with the expressway is usually congested. And now gangs have started robbing people in traffic jam. In the middle of Lekki. Lots of Lagosians are shocked about this particular one because before now, the perception has always been that Lekki is the highbrow area. You know, it's somehow insulated from the problems that the rest of Lagos faces. Same for Ikoyi, same for Victoria Island. These places usually seemed safer than other parts of Lagos. But now we're getting these reports of robberies right there in parts of Lagos that you would never hear about it before. And you're also hearing about kidnappings as well. Those ones are even happening on Admiralty Way, allegedly. People are reporting that kidnappers are moving in minibuses, stopping people at gunpoint, bundle them into the buses, drive off with them, take them to an ATM, force them to ransom themselves. So these are some of the security reports that we're getting here on Hard Facts. And they seem to be painting a picture that things are getting worse. But I want to know if you agree. Do you agree that with the assessment that security in Lagos is getting worse? I mean, none of us can be in two places at once, right? So the only way that we can decide this is if everybody calls in to talk about the situation in their own area, in their own corner of Lagos. So let me know, what are the security problems in your area? Are they getting better? Are they getting worse? If it's getting worse, what do you think is behind it? Why is it getting worse? And how have the police and other security agencies reacted to the security situation in your area? So if you live in Alimosho, for instance, or you live in Badagry, for instance, or you live in Ikorodu, or you live in Mushing, or you live in Ekpe, or Aja, or Badore, or you live in Agungi, what's the security situation where you live? How about Ikeja? How about Yaba? 0700-993-993 993 0700-993 993 993 01465-7190 for women, 01465-7190. That's the number for women. We've got WhatsApp 080-959-75805. And we're streaming live on Facebook, Info 99.3. We're streaming on YouTube as well, Nigeria Info FM. Izuchukwu is on the line. Izuchukwu is in Aja. Izuchukwu, do you live in Aja or are you working in Aja?
Yes, I live around the area.
Okay, tell me about the security there.
Yesterday there was a kind of strike yesterday by the keke drivers.
Oh, okay.
Yes, around Ado.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday I went to Ajah twice to buy some things I was doing for work.
Mm-hmm.
So they were tracking that they added another ticket to their already ticket that is almost 3,000 per day.
Mm-hmm.
And it caused a lot of stress. And, within that period, everywhere was jammed, going and coming. Anything could have happened.
Mm.
And, that area is always a trigger area. So I was actually scared because I was running through. I went about 3 times yesterday. So I was scared. And those guys everywhere they were out. Until police started coming. I think I saw Ajiwe police station and also there's Langbasa police. Within from 2:00 they were dismissed and they went back to work. But it was tight. Sandra, you know already how that our environment is always light up. So that was much for yesterday.
But what's the security situation like in general in that place?
No, in general now, I think the clashes between the boys from Langbasa and Rakekere are reduced.
Okay.
I was attacked within one of those periods too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And but it has reduced now. Okay. At least people stay out till 8:00 now. Shops are still open. Unlike before that, between 7:00, everywhere is closed. But no much of those skirmishes again. Okay. But I can't say of the ones they are doing inside the estate and all this one. Okay. But the major roads now kind of a little bit quiet down.
Okay. Izuchukwu, thank you very much for calling. We've got Babatunde Hamed who says that there's a corpse on Idumota-Ido Bridge that has been there for God knows how long. He says he saw it on Monday morning and evening and it's still there this morning. He doesn't know if it's still there now because he's yet to get there. All right, Babatunde, thank you very much for sharing this with us. Have you dialed the Lagos emergency numbers? Because, if you dial them and call them, they actually come to pick up the bodies. So whenever you see a dead body on the road, it's better to give a call to the Lagos emergency numbers. So the numbers are 112 and I think also 767. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to find out exactly what the second number is. But yeah, if you dial them, yeah, it is 767. So the emergency numbers in Lagos, 767 and 112. If you dial them when you see a dead body anywhere, they usually come and pick it up. But please, if the authorities are listening, we have this gentleman who says that there's a corpse on Idumota-Ido Bridge. Please go pick it up from there. Jacob in Lekki is on the line. Hello, Jacob.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How's security in your area?
Oh, seriously, it's getting worse. So seriously, Sandra.
Where's your area?
Yeah, Lekki.
Where in Lekki?
Lekki, like Admiralty Way.
Okay.
Yeah, the security situation is very, very worse, and also Jakonde area here. God, about what is happening? Seriously, even the police, they are not doing anything. Seriously, it's like those boys are bribing police.
Have you had any personal experience?
But Sandra, you will see police. They will be robbing. They will say, they are robbing here. Oh, don't go. This and that. But police will be there, and they will not say anything. They will just be looking at people. For what?
So you're saying that these robberies are happening on Admiralty and Jakonde?
Yes, of course.
Have you experienced any yourself, or you're hearing that it's happening?
Sandra, there was a time they almost is by God's grace that saved me at Jakonde.
When was this?
Yeah, like as in last 2 months.
Okay.
All these cultist boys, as in they are just fighting themselves. When something happens like this, you won't know where people are going. Some people are coming from work, they won't know. They will just enter. The thing will happen to them. This and that. You see, nowhere to go. Police cannot do anything. And Jakonde police station is there. Tell me, where are we going? In the north, no peace. In the south, no peace. Where are we going? Should we give up?
Thank you, Jacob, for calling. 99.3. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Angela.
Welcome, Angela.
Thank you. So, I want to share my own personal experience.
Okay.
I stay at Elegushi.
Okay.
But my office is at Oshodi.
Okay.
So
ooh, that's a distance.
In the last 2 weeks, I've been attacked 3 times on very close to NAF camp. I don't know whether you know that military barracks very close to Oshodi.
Yeah.
3 times.
3 times.
Yes.
In the last 2 weeks.
Yes, on my way to work.
Wow.
On my way to work, 3 good times. these hoodlums, they came, they were beating on my car, telling me, Fumi lowo, you know. And you know what I did? I had to squeeze my car in between. I knew that space could not take my car, but I had to make people to stop to save myself. You know, so I don't know. And this thing happens once traffic builds up, and you know, because there's a lot of construction going on in Lagos now. So there's a lot of hold up, and once there's hold up, you just see them everywhere. So in fact, last week I decided not to drive. In fact, if I just see hold up, my heart just
keeps on.
You know, so that I will not suffer from hypertension.
Right.
I just decided. Well, once in a while, I check my Google map. If it's not clear, I just park my car and enter public transport. So the government should please do something about this.
Now, it didn't used to be like that before, right?
Yes, no.
So what do you think is behind it?
I think it's the economic situation of the country.
Okay.
You see so many of these youths, they are not doing anything. They are just hanging up. They are just on that what they call it, this thing that separates the two roads into two. I don't know what they call it now. You see them sitting there waiting for traffic. Once there's traffic, they just jump out and start attacking people. Okay. Even on the Eko Bridge. Just that I saw them on time, and God was so kind to me. I had to wind up. And they were just trying to do. I don't know. Maybe they were afraid. But I saw them, and once I see them, I know them because of the way they behave. You know, they are just looking for maybe if your window is not up, they will just attack you. So please, government should do something about this. And when they know that there is a construction going on, they should put police on the road, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling us. I remember that 3 weeks ago, the commissioner for police came out at the time, and that's Hakeem Odumusu, the Lagos commissioner for police here. He came out 3 weeks ago when reports hit social media suggesting that gunmen were abducting people on Admiralty Way and Ozumba Mbadiwe Way and Lekki Koyiling Bridge and some other parts of Lagos. He came out then to say that that those were isolated robbery cases, right? That they were isolated robbery cases, that it was one chance, that it wasn't kidnappings. That one chance now, when you enter a commercial vehicle, thinking that it's a commercial vehicle, but it's robbers who are posing as commercial vehicle operators, right? So, and the spokesperson of the police command, Olumuyiwa Dejobi at the time, said that it was an isolated incident. You know, it's not there's no kidnapping in Lagos going on. You know, like people are reporting, I mean, I'm wondering if you think that it's exaggerated. These reports of the crimes in Lagos, the robberies in traffic, or the kidnapping that has happened or seems to be happening. Is it as exaggerated, or are things getting worse? Are things getting more and more unsafe in Lagos? 0700-993-993. Now, I'm not where you are. I'm where I am. You're where you are. You know the route you apply to work every day or apply to school or whatever, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. How is that area? Help me paint a picture. I want you to assess with me. Are things getting worse security-wise in Lagos? Talk about your area, your corner of Lagos. How's the security there? Godwin is calling from Ikorodu. Hello, Godwin.
Hello, Godwin. Sandra, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, many things are associated with this issue I'm talking about.
Okay.
I happen to be a retired officer, right?
Okay.
Good. One thing is that, those retired are not being taken care of. So those policemen who are outside there, they are all out to make their own money when they are still alive.
Okay.
Then the police are understaffed now. As I'm talking to you now, police are understaffed.
Understaffed, okay.
So those who are working now, nobody wants to go and die. Because even those who have died, Sandra, if you can make your investigation, 5 years to this time now, none of them have been paid 10 naira. And those who are even retired, they are paid peanuts with the cost of things outside now. You cannot take 25,000 naira to mark for 31 days. It can never take you. So the policemen there, nobody wants to die. One, they are understaffed. Two, they are not taken care of. You understand me now? So if the government can, one, clear employment for the youth so that they will not be idle, because they say idle hands is the head of every workshop, right? Then if they are being engaged, like some years back in Lagosians, a particular company used to employ like 5,000 people in the shift, and they run 3 shifts in a day. They will go from morning to 6 o'clock, from morning to 2 o'clock, from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock, from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock the following day. But that is no more. That's no more. Many companies have left from here to either Ghana or to go to other countries because of power supply.
Right.
So many things are being attributed to it. Thank you very much, Sandra.
Thank you very much, Godwin, for calling. 99.3.
Hello, Sandra. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Ngozi.
Hi, Ngozi.
Yeah, talking about the insecurity in Lagos, I think it's becoming so worrisome. Even as I just left Ireland a while ago, some couple of friends, they were telling me in the hospital there I should start going on time, that the town is very bad, that almost every day they rob people at that Eko Bridge and all that. Then secondly, I experienced one, I think last month at Maitu. I was coming out from Ajegunle. There was traffic on that Maitu. There were police there. There were custom officers, Sandra. But believe me, these guys will rob people and those police will throw away their faces as if they don't know what was happening. I had a very clear case of, I was on the traffic and there were 5 boys or men, rather, whatever they may be. They just rallied around my vehicle. I was at the end towards the wall that divided the road. So they rallied around my vehicle. They were 5 in number. They used hand. They were hitting on my glass to wind down, give them money. I kept quiet initially. I've heard about them a lot of times. So I decided to keep quiet. I did not wind down. I just left them, was looking for space so that I would just get out of the place. Unfortunately, everywhere was so tight with traffic. They continued almost that want to break my glass. And I had to, one man just told me, I just changed it for them immediately as if I'm a military personnel. And I use hand and started giving them sign language. Then with my eyes red, as in, what are you looking for? What is it? Did you give me any money? You know, that kind of. I said, give me ledger. You know, immediately I said it, the one that brought them. The guy now looked at the rest and now say, let them go. So they moved to the next vehicle.
You get mine though, Chineke.
Following me. I'm telling you, Sandra, because of the nature of my work, I'm always on the road. So I had to learn these things. But sometimes it's also risky because you don't know the ones that are moving with guns and all that. So this is just the thing. I don't know. Even as I go every day, Sandra, I'm engulfed in fears. I just pray. I ask God, see, just protect me for today. Because the funny thing is that as people are complaining, you will see police even within the areas of this crime. I just drove past Oshodi now. You will see those boys hanging on the walls there. Police are there, within them there. Police will not arrest any of these people.
Well, you heard the retired policeman that called before you called, and he said that the thing is that police, number one, is understaffed. Number two, police people who die on duty or die in the line of work, they're not even given any compensation. Their families are not taken care of, and so the average policeman feels like, why will I put myself at risk to die and it will be for nothing?
Sandra, the man is actually very correct. I had some police friends. I also happen to work within some of the police facilities. They complained a lot, something like this. In fact, I was in police barracks, the one at Obalende last week. Is in a very deplorable condition, Sandra. That at a point, I have to ask one of the officers, how do you people and your families survive in this kind of place? And jokingly, I told him, I said, it seems you people like death naturally. Because I now gave him an example. I said, I've lived in Air Force Base. I've lived in all these places. That I don't see deaths around the barracks.
Okay.
I don't see all these things. You understand? Even if the people on top decide to make your life miserable, at least the little cleanliness around your environment, you can do that one. You understand?
Okay.
And secondly, Sandra, as far as these guys still collect salary, as far as irrespective of no matter how small it is, you owe Nigerians that duty to protect them. That is just the truth. There's nobody that is so well or is so good in this country right now.
Right.
But everybody is managing. And if you have not resigned from the police, probably as a result of the ill treatment you are getting, and you are still there, then I think you are, your own conscience, you owe it to Nigerians that protection. It's from their own tax that they remove money to pay you this salary. It's not about because they are not paying you. And you are not resigning. You are just there. Watch these boys dehumanize other Nigerians. It's not going to take all of us anywhere. That's the truth. Because when they finish with the masses, they will still come after you, the police officers. We are seeing what is going on. So the earlier they tackle these menace, the better for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling. Always a pleasure to hear from you. We've got Robert Jarrick on Facebook who says, currently happening in Ajah Under Bridge, the Jubilee Bridge, these thugs will enter inside bus that is dropping a passenger and they will push passengers coming out. They will show them guns and daggers, collecting their phones and money. This happened to my wife's friend who was coming from work last week. These thugs will act as if they're fighting, but they were not fighting. They were actually robbing. The police are friends to these guys because they are being settled heavily. This is going on in Ajah Jubilee Bridge. Robert Jarrick. Well, okay, it's not happening at the moment, but it's happening at Ajah Under Bridge. Okay. Robert, thank you very much for sharing that information with us. We've got Ejatova George, who says the influx of persons of questionable nationality is worrisome for engendering fear and insecurity in Lagos. At a time, we saw massive movement down south by young boys from crisis-prone north, central, east, and northwest, who are readily recruited by a mafia to engage in Okada riding, collection of iron and scraps in every nook and cranny of our residences. These boys steal and attack residents whenever necessary. The inaction of the state government and even CDA excos to monitor and stem their atrocities. God save us in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, if you just tuned into the show, Lagos, my question is Lagos getting more and more unsafe? Or do you think the reports of insecurity, robberies, etc., are exaggerated? We're getting more and more reports of Lagosians who are robbed in traffic almost on a daily basis. Our big hard fact, in fact, was that Lagosians reported robberies on Eko Bridge last Thursday, last Friday, last Saturday. 3 days in a row, robbers were operating on one of the most critical link bridges in Lagos. So is the situation getting more and more unsafe? Or are these just a few isolated incidents that Lagos should not worry about in general? WhatsApp is available as well. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. We're streaming live on Facebook, so you can share your comments on Facebook with us. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. We've also got Instagram, by the way. If you want to leave your comments for us on Instagram, go ahead and do that. Feel free to do that as well. We'll take a break. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't go away.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. The conversation never stops.
The state government asked that schools should not resume till January because of COVID-19. Now,
Nigerians don't know that there are people who are called the laborers at the very bottom of the economy.
Educating and informing.
Hey, Rent Money will lend you up to 6 million naira in 24 hours for business or personal needs. So, for loans of up to 6 million naira, visit rentmoney.com or call 0700 5500. Call us now. Our phone lines are open till 11 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Need money? Rent Money.
You have probably heard that the best investment on earth is earth, and that's why finding the best organization to build assets in real estate is one of the most important financial decisions you will ever make. At GMH Luxury, you'll find out we are a dependable partner in luxurious real estate solutions. Over the years, we have been in the business of providing the middle and high income earners with standard, luxurious and affordable homes. We are 100% available to assist smart investors build their assets in real estate through evaluation and business appraisal of such investments. And this we do for free. Yes, for free. It's a huge decision, but it begins with a step, and we will be with you all through till you sit proudly in a home you can call yours. Contact GMH Luxury today at www.gmhluxury.com. For further inquiries, call 00969 70,000 or 009 666 6617.
Enter the place and brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting because of the shine. Lush hair, lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight up curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
Mommy Shade, this child looks sickly. Try and take her to the hospital. I wish I could, but the expenses are too much. Don't tell me you have not heard about LSHS Ilera Eko. Ilera Eko? What is that?
Lagos Health is our wealth. Ilera Eko.
Oh yes, Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has designed an affordable and quality healthcare scheme for Lagos residents. Ilera Eko, at your convenience, you can have access to antenatal, delivery, immunization, management of hypertension, diabetes and other illnesses, family planning and basic emergencies. Register with Ilera Eko branded agents and at the nearest Ilera Eko branded outlets. Pay 40,000 naira annual subscription for a family package or 8,500 naira for an individual package and start to experience peace of mind. For more information, call 0700 Ilera Eko or 0800 Ask Lashma or visit www.lashma.com. Ilera Eko, affordable and quality healthcare for Lagos residents.
You get money for account, one take small thing inside. Just do cardless withdrawal with any Momo agent. Oga, madam, where is your card? I don't forget them for house. If you do cardless withdrawal with any Momo agent, anytime you need the money, but your card is there for yonder. Just go do cardless withdrawal with any Momo agent. Cardless withdrawal with Momo agent, with Momo agent. Don't card withdraw with Momo agent, with any Momo agent.
Now you fit withdraw money even if you not hold your card for any Momo agents where they near you. Just dial *223# to take touchlight the Momo agent where they near your domot. Momo agent. Safe, fast, no wahala.
Vincent, just the person I want to see. You're welcome. Please sit down, sit down.
What happened, Chief? You're looking all bright and cheerful today, unlike last week when...
Forget about last week. I now have my insurance policy from Linkage Assurance PLC. That means all my containers, motor vehicles, and my warehouse are well protected.
Hey, I hear that Linkage Assurance PLC is now bigger,
yes,
bolder,
yes,
and better to offer various classes of insurance like motor insurance, oil and gas, fire and burglary, agriculture, marine and aviation, and general accident insurance with prompt claim settlement.
To get your Linkage Assurance policy, please call 0700 546 52273. Linkage Assurance PLC. Protection that counts.
Coming. Hi. Look at you. Look different. Really? Oh, yes. How's your mommy and daddy? They're fine. Tell me, what do you have in your hand? Oh, this? It's Agents from Young Landlord Flyers. Tell me about it. As you're looking at me now, I'm a young landlord at Adrian Homes. My parents started investing in my future since I was 10 years old. making it known to me that even as a child, my dreams are valid. Wow, tell me more.
With Adrian Homes, every child's dream is valid. Invest in your child's future today by subscribing into our Young Landlords Plan package. You can also pay as low as 25,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and 100,000 naira. And you can also enjoy up to 50% discount on all our estates. Secure your child's future today. For more information, you can call 070 30 40 2305 or 070 59 188581. In Adrian Homes, every child's dream is valid.
Home. There's something about it. From the feeling of peace and serenity.
Bros. Why so deep? Home is anywhere the Airtel home broadband is. That's all.
Enjoy more data than before on Airtel Home Broadband. Get a router for 25,000 naira with up to 160 gigabyte and a MiFi for 12,000 naira with up to 55 gigabyte. Reliable home broadband by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hi there. If anyone ever asks you for your banking app, password, or PIN, your card PIN, or the 3 numbers on the back of your card, your pay ID, or answers to your security questions, do not give it to them. These details are private and highly confidential. They must never be shared. Stay smart. Don't lose your money to scammers. This message is from Kuda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Download Kuda on the Play Store or the App Store and open an account to enjoy free banking.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. It's 5:34. Is Lagos getting more and more unsafe, or are these robbery incidents isolated cases? Recently, we're hearing a lot more reports of robberies and abductions here in Lagos. We now have particular roads that almost have become a daily occurrence, and these things are happening in broad daylight, by the way, not happening at night time, during the day. I told you that Lagosians reported robberies on Eko Bridge last Thursday, last Friday, and last Saturday. 3 days in a row, robbers were operating on one of the most critical link bridges in Lagos. We've had reports from Freedom Way. We're getting more and more reports on the island now. And Lagos's island was deemed to be safer, much safer than Lagos's mainland, at least. But even now, we're hearing more and more cases of these attacks, these robberies going on. And so my question is, what's happening in your part of Lagos? We've gotten some of these security reports. They seem to be painting a picture that things are getting worse. But maybe they're exaggerated. I want to hear your assessment. I want to know if you agree with that assessment. None of us can be in 2 places at the same time, right? So what's happening in your corner of Lagos? What are the security situation? What are the security problems in your area? Are they getting better? Are they getting worse? 01465 7190 0700 993 993 993. We've got Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. That's Facebook. Nigeria Info 99.3. That's Facebook. We've got Chinyere in Surulere on the line. Chinyere, welcome.
Thank you, Sandra. How are you?
I'm good. Good evening. Welcome. Go ahead.
See, Sandra, this insecurity is a problem. You know, it's not only these people that cut bags or take phones and all that.
Okay.
The Okada people too.
Okay.
They are just something else because they are quite like interwoven with these people.
Okay.
The menace that they cause. Okay, now, I live in Surulere. I have to get to Apapa every day with that hold up and everything. So I have to leave out before 6.
Right.
You just see that you are going, but you are afraid, but you cannot do but go.
Yeah.
And then you just meet a small hold up or one car, and you're already dead where you are, waiting every day, just praying that those guys don't meet you, or even waiting for them to come and meet you. You have already recited what you are going to say, what you are going to do when they come and all that. I was just coming back from work now, and I passed through Mile 2 because of the rain. That hold up on that Papa Bridge it was terrible. So I decided to pass through Ajegule, and I came out at Mile 2. To my, bewilderment, I just saw young guys, all of them holding stick or big pipe or one thing or the other. And my heart was like, fear. And I'm right in front of me, there was a customs vehicle, a jeep, with custom men inside it. They were standing, there were about 6 of them, and they were going. And then one or two policemen were standing somewhere. And then these guys are in the middle of the road from Mile 2 to the middle, to where you have NMPC filling station, Tank and Tommy. They were holding this stick, and they were like, if you don't give them money or one thing or the other, if you speed off, and that road, is a crazy road, one way. People are driving up and down. If you don't speed off, if they stop you, you will give money.
And this happened today?
Now. Just is less than 30 minutes.
Wow.
And they are just holding these sticks, and I'm like, God, what is this? I just, I don't want to say whether they didn't see me or what. I passed. Several other people passed, but several of other people are victims. And what kind of country is this? What kind of country? At least in Abacha's time, people were afraid to do such a thing. Okay, Abacha only was doing it. People were afraid to do such a thing. Today, dollar in black market is 505 or 502. In central bank is 400 and something. Like somebody said, during Abacha's time, it was 20. He pegged it and he didn't listen to anybody. Okay, if you are doing importation or whatever you are doing, at what rate are you going to do, and at what rate are you going to sell? This is terrible.
Chinyere, thank you for calling. Fabwemi Antonia Idowu says, my area is Mile 12 under bridge. You can't go out around 5:30 where they used to enter K2 tipper bus. They will start robbing people boarding the bus with knives, daggers, while some use guns. It happened to my brother 2 weeks ago. Before the bus was filled up, they've started operation. They'll share themselves in groups so that you can run to the back or to the front. Security is very bad. Even when coming back at night, you have to be very careful in Ketu Mile 12 area. Fabwemi, thank you for your message. We've got more people sending us messages. Adams Oche says, the whole me with big title, those guys, the whole me. Oh, hold on. My name is Oche Kolidoma 1. The whole me with my big title, those guys were just running and chasing each other as if they were fighting. But directly, they were robbing people. I was seated wondering what was happening until one of them came and snatched my phone from my hand at Ado Okera area of Aja. I was just watching, seeing them taking my phone. I tried coming down from my car. The guy now brought out knife from his jeans, and I just allowed him to go. Please, government needs to do something about those guys along the road. Let's talk to Victor in transit. Hello, Victor.
Hi, Sandra. Good evening.
Good evening. Do you think Lagos is getting more and more unsafe?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because the truth is, I have actually had series and series of these experiences before now. So I'm very happy you're sharing this program right today. So the thing is, I'll just talk about some of the red zones that I fly. Yeah, because I fly Lagos Badagry Expressway. I'm a sales manager, so I'm always on transit.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are areas that I will regard as very serious red zones. The previous caller mentioned one of them, Mile 2.
Right.
Yeah, so I fly Lagos Badagry Expressway.
Right.
Sometimes last night, while I was coming from Badagry, I was trying to turn off after Igboeleri, make a U-turn at Lasso Gate and face the other side. Some group of guys were there because there was serious traffic.
Okay.
They'll come and they'll be like, give us money and all that. I don't listen to them.
Right.
Then there are particular red zones. If you pass Abule Ado, there's somewhere they call Abule Ado on Lagos Badagry Expressway.
Right.
Between Abule Ado Abuloshun towards my two. All those access, all those stops, if you make any illegal stop, people will just come out of nowhere. And that's why more often than not, they always see dead bodies lying, within their access. So there are a couple of times that these guys have come to me while I'm driving past that road. 2-3 of them come. They wear something like a ring on their hands, and they hit my glass. They keep hitting it, and to threaten you as if they want to break it. You get. And what I do as a defensive mechanism is that I don't look at them. I keep my face away from them, because when you look at them, they can either show you a gun or something, and you are in for it. You'll be scared. So I try as much as possible to ensure that I don't look at them, and it has been working for me. Every time I see them, exactly, I just try it, and it works for me. Those guys are always there, and it's getting worse by the day. It's getting worse by the day. Something has to be done. Because a lot of persons, when they see these guys, they've not had these experiences before, they'll just get into panic mode. And anything can happen. Right?
Now, why do you think it's getting worse? I mean, because I'm sure the government is paying attention to all of these things. So why is it getting worse?
Okay, so first and foremost, let me just quickly share a little experience. I don't know if I have time.
You have time. Go ahead.
Okay. So the very first time I bought this, it was GSM at the time. I saved all my money. I bought it. I got robbed, and the phone was collected from me. Just by Airport Road into Domino, I was going to take a bike, right? And then I was waiting for some of these motorcycle operatives to come around. Not far away from me, a stone throw. There are police officers there, like a checkpoint. And then this group of guys came with knives there and then and took my phone from me. The police officers didn't do anything. I strongly believe, I may be wrong, I strongly believe that sometimes the security operatives in some of these red zones are aware. They're aware about all these things, and they just form a deaf ear to it and a blind eye. They're aware. And secondly, that's the state of the nation. And secondly, the high level of inflation and economic meltdown is part of the cause. So when police officers are not well paid, they would not do their job the way they are supposed to.
Right.
So they form a blind eye and a deaf ear to all of these things, because I don't know, they may get their own cut. So it's getting worse by the day. Unfortunately, I'm a sales manager. I have to do my job.
Right.
So whether I'm early on the road or I'm late on the road, I face these guys. So God has been saving me regardless of the defensive mechanism I use have been working for me. That's my take.
Thank you very much for calling to share it with us. We appreciate it. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good evening, Sandra.
Good evening. Thank you for calling us.
Yes, my name is Femi.
Hi.
Yes, I really totally agree with Kola. I work at Festac Town and often apply the Mile 2 axis, and that axis presently it's a very terrible state because the road is bad, and especially during the rainy season like this, it's often very filled with cars and traffic. There's a lot of times that when you are on that road, boys will just jump from nowhere. They start attacking cars, attacking people, and start robbing. And it's sad that on that same road, there are so many military presence, because the Ojo barracks is not just along that same road. So the military, a lot of them live around Mile 2, Orile, and those places. In fact, some of them ride Okadas around that area. But you find out that these things keep happening on a daily basis. And I'm 100% sure, I am 100% sure, the Lagos State government is aware of these sports. These two sports that people have been mentioning again and again, Mile 2, Agboju, Alakija under bridge, trade fair, along that. Recently, people were caught. A lady and a guy, they were caught. They often act like mad people, and they discovered that they were hiding guns for people. I'm sure those guns would be used to rob people at night. In fact, people were so angry and the people carried out jungle justice on them. So you wouldn't expect that these things are happening on a daily basis and there's nobody in government in Lagos State that is not aware. I am very, very sure these people are aware. I've often said that, well, the governor is not really taking a hold of this state. A governor is not stamping his authority on this state, only interested in other things. If you say you will name and shame in terms of trucks and traffic that is happening in Lagos, it's over months now we've heard that. We saw you said that thing on the news, on the live TV. We've not heard anything. These trucks are back. And these trucks are causing the most of the harm because they cause the traffic. When they cause that traffic, people who are commuting on that road, they are not easily able to navigate to get to where they are going. And that is where the issue starts. People get robbed. In fact, people get injured and all that. Look at how fast the internet thing with Twitter and all that took place. Within 24 hours, 48 hours, it was already effected. If we can take these same actions in other very critical and important issues in the state, like security, security of paramount importance in this state, but we've not been doing anything. For this year alone, there are several robberies that have happened in traffic in Lagos State. The most common one is the one we've been mentioning, the one, the link between island and the mainland. In every part of Lagos State, it is happening. I live in Surulere. It happens in Surulere. It happens Maitu Expressway. In Orile, on almost everyday basis, boys start fighting and they use that fight as a disguise.
So it's not a fight, really. It's just a distraction, you know?
They start fighting and before you know, they start burgling shops. This is something I can authenticate to anybody.
So if Sandra knows this and you know this, I'm finding it difficult to believe that the government doesn't know this and doesn't have any plan to stop this from reoccurring.
See, one thing I can say of a fact is there's this thing we say in Pidgin that dog know they chop dog. And these boys have been used over time for electoral hooliganism.
That may be, but now they're making your state ungovernable. I mean, would you just continue to allow your mega city stay ungovernable?
Who cares? Because the point is, after all, somebody would put me in position in the next election and I will still get into position. So it's not either by how well I performed or how well people recommend me for a second term or whatsoever. Look at when Fashola, we knew that Fashola was not going to be endorsed for the second term, but the people fought for Fashola and Fashola was endorsed for a second time. We saw what Fashola did. But in this case, we are seeing nothing. Left undone for months and even years. I know how long the road between Doni and Surulere has been there. Nothing is done. There's a huge gully in the middle, somewhere at Tollgate. So you find out that things are just left, nothing is done. We only see you on TV, you talk, and you point fingers that at this and that, and projects will happen. We don't see action.
Thank you very much for calling. We've got Prince Adesoji Olatunde on Facebook who says, me and my mom were robbed on Thursday on Eko Bridge. They wanted to break our glass with gun. They collected all of my mom's gold chains, 2 iPhone 12 Pro, and her bags with documents inside. We found people to help escape us, but they didn't. Now, in this Nigeria, we are wicked, though. Oh, you were looking for people to help you escape. Oh, my God. You know, the thing about like violent events is that when something is happening, people have three instincts. You either flight, or you fight, or you freeze. So people either fight, or they flee, or they freeze. So sometimes it's not that they're not helping you. So it's just that they're frozen by fear, by the event that is happening in front of them. Let me come to WhatsApp very quickly. Governor Sanwo-Olu is asleep and only awake when his future selection for election is involved. You practically see nothing done in terms of infrastructure, and he doesn't have a joke on the state. These robberies have been happening daily in different parts of Lagos, and people complain of this traffic issue in Lagos for years. It's now a menace as lives and property are now at risk daily, but the governor seems not to care. But they are quick to ban Okada that helps navigate the traffic and gets one home safer, because you won't be stuck in the heavy traffic and you get attacked. But people are also saying that the people who are carrying out the robberies are Okada people. So what do we believe? Hi, Sandra. Belumi says, it's not exaggerated. Lagos is under siege. The crime rate is now on the alarming side. There's kidnapping in Lagos, but it's on the low key. They'll kidnap the person, keep the person in an unknown house. Same in Lekki. They'll take the person to the ATM, withdrawing cash. Once it's the limit, they take the person back to their hiding. They did that to one person for 5 days, and after that, they'll discharge the person and go and pick another person, and on and on. Wow. Belumi, thank you for your message. Sandra, the strategy used by these boys is to be fighting and in the process rob people in traffic and passers-by as well. It happens mostly in my area, in Shasha, Alimosho. Some of these boys who do not work in this area use expensive phones more than we who are working. And Q-Funka police station knows them, and even we, the residents, report them to the police, nothing will be done. That's a message from Kenneth in Shasha. Kenneth, thank you very much for your message. I'll take a look at more messages that we're getting. Fade Ishagun says, I work on the island. I always try to avoid being stuck on Ijesha Road, Eko Bridge, because robbers with knives and machetes with bikes always rob on those roads. Lagos is becoming a danger zone, especially in traffic. Okay, we'll take a break, we'll come back, and then we'll take more comments and play just a minute. Don't go away.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Do you earn an income? Are you in need of funds for your child's school fees? Is your car or equipment old and needs a replacement? Do you need a loan for personal or business use? Whatever your business or personal need, CreditVille has got you covered. Simply dial 07000-330-330. You can also send us an email via info@creditville.ng or log on to www.creditville.ng. CreditVille, financing you for a good life.
I've got a message here from Dayo, who says, good evening, President Sandra. Please, what is happening to the Polytechnic lecturers? It's very frustrating for a student that gained admission to Yaba Tech in 2015 and he's still in school. It is frustrating. All right, I'm going to take a look at that story some more. Good evening, President Sandra. I stay within Orile axis. Sometimes I wonder if government is even thinking towards that direction. All the corners of Orile to Ijora, Badia, down to Amukoko area, every morning on my way to work, all I see are young boys sitting at every junction, drinking and smoking. You can't even look at their faces because they're like lions waiting for who to consume. And they're not afraid of police anymore. Most times you see them robbing people coming back from work in the name of fighting. Kenneth, thank you very much for your message. We've got more people who are trying to get involved in the conversation. This one says, I was a robbery victim twice at Alaba Axis and Adeni Jones Ikeja by motorcyclist boys who spoke in Hausa English accent. Their influx into Lagos State calls for security action. That's a message from Coyote. Coyote is on AIT Road. He says, President Sandra, Nigeria Police Force have been retiring personnel for a decade. Many killed, many died, and no recruitment has been done. Let us adopt state police system. All right, Coyote. Thank you for your message. Good evening, Sandra. The insecurity in Lagos is getting worse. My car broke down due to overheating at Charity Bus Stop Oshodi. These hoodlums surrounded me, demanding money. They were harassing me. One of them even hit me with a big stone. Ooh, I'm sorry. While while this was going on, some police van passed me and none of them stopped. In fact, there was a policeman watching Access Bank charity there. He did not even move an inch. At a point, I tried calming down that I would withdraw money from the ATM for them. So I used the opportunity to call a police hotline that you guys shared on one of your shows. I spent another 45 minutes with these guys stalling them, and police never showed up. I later gave them money before they left me. My goodness. Tunde, I'm very sorry that you had that experience. Really, really very, very sorry that you had that experience.
Do you need to meet up your goals for the year? Then here's the good news. Goals are easily achieved by choosing Creditville as a reliable credit assistance.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.